Hi, I'm Barbara. I'm from the Presbyterian Church in downtown Fredericksburg. Thanks for inviting us to speak today.
Hi, I'm Laura from Ginner Park Presbyterian Church in Richmond. Thanks for inviting us to speak today.
Hello, I'm Hannah from Fairfield Presbyterian Church in Mechanicsville, Virginia. Thank you so much for inviting us to speak today.
Hi, I'm Dylan from the Brennerville Church in Midlothian.
Hi, I'm Katie from the Presbyterian Church in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Paige Ford from the Brandonville Church in Midlothian, Virginia.
Hello, I'm Kate Nelson from First Presbyterian Church of Virginia Beach.
Hi, I'm Bailey from the Presbyterian Church of downtown Fredericksburg.
Hi, my name is Susan, and I go to St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
Hi, I'm Jessica Davis from the Brunnerville Church in Midlothian, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Celedonia from Gunner Park Presbyterian Church in Richmond. Thanks for inviting us to speak today.
Thanks for inviting us to speak today. Climate change is a very serious issue that threatens our future.
Climate change affects the environment, agriculture, the economy, public health, and recreation. It affects everything.
Overall, the world is getting warmer because of increased carbon and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Our planet is hurting.
Glaciers are shrinking and retreating. The ocean is warming. Sea levels are rising. We're seeing more extreme weather and less predictable patterns.
The people who are already suffering the most are people who already don't have access to the resources to make it easier on them. People will be suffering from climate change more and more in the years to come. People like us.
My favorite part of the environment is learning about nature and learning about animals and the earth and how we can help.
My favorite part of the environment is the animals and all of the trees and just like the fresh smell.
My favorite part about the environment is just going outside and being able to enjoy the world and God's creation.
What is my favorite part of the environment? I think I have to say the view. The view is one of my favorite things in the world. It brings me joy, it brings me peace, it keeps me calm. Just to be sitting outside and listening to everything around me is my favorite part. And I have to try to do anything I can to see what I can do to help.
What worries me most about climate change is the idea that my grandchildren or great-great-grandchildren may not get to experience the same planet that I am experiencing now. Like, I can drive a half an hour and go on a pretty hike or walk around my neighborhood and admire the trees and the flowers, and I'm worried that, the future generations won't get to have that same experience.
What worries me most about climate change is that it's easy to believe that it will not severely change the way we live yet, but it will, and starts earlier than you imagine. My generation will be affected by climate change, and the generations to come after will be increasingly affected by it. What worries me most about it is that our society will not take upon the responsibility we have been given of preserving our environment like we are supposed to.
What worries me most about climate change is how it's going to affect everyone's future and how it's affecting everyone's health.
What worries me most about climate change is how it's going to affect our future kids and our future grandkids and everyone else living in the world in the future.
What worries me the most about climate change is that not enough world leaders are taking it as seriously as it should be, which will make it harder for us young people to deal with once we're in positions of power.
I care about the Earth because this is the only Earth that we have, and we have to make this Earth the best planet that it can be so that we can all live happy and that our children can be living safely.
I care about the earth because this is where we live, and I want to know I'm doing the best I can to help.
Why do I care about the earth? Because it is God's creation, and He made it especially for us to live on, and I think that we should respect it as that.
I care about this earth not only because it shows nature's miracles and gives us the opportunity to live in comfort with friends and family, but also because God created it. He created the universe and He chose to put human creation on this world. I think that's pretty special, and I think that the least we can do is take care of it.
It's important for us to do everything we can to be good stewards of God's creation.
Travel less.
Eat less meat.
Recycle what we can.
Reduce consumption.
Take reusable bags to the store.
Buy less plastic.
Eat local.
take shorter showers, reduce your carbon footprint by riding a bike instead of driving, carpooling, etc.
And look at more ways we can help through the internet and encouraging your peers around you.
There's lots of things we can do in our everyday lives to be more eco-friendly. It's also important for us to remember that this is a much bigger problem than any one person can solve. We must work together to change the culture of consumption and the policies that encourage it.
When I first learned about climate change, I felt nervous for not only my generation, but for future generations.
When I first learned about climate change, I think I was mostly upset because individuals have the ability to drastically impact the climate by small actions like turning off light switches or using less water or switching their diet. I'm vegan because I know that really impacts the climate. Even if it's just one person, small things help.
What do I hope you learned from us today? Climate change is a serious problem and is necessary to focus on moving forward when regarding government policies and general human daily activities. There are a lot of things that we can change to make this better for not only us, but for future generations and all those to follow.
What I hope you learned from us today is how you can reduce your impact on climate change in the environment.
What I hope you learned from us today is that even though we're young, we can still research about the world and learn about it and try and protect it. But you also have to understand that we can't do everything, and that even though we want to help, it doesn't mean we are able to. And that we want your help and you to be involved also.
I believe the earth is a gift from God, and if we do not care for it properly, future generations will not be able to enjoy and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks again for inviting us and taking the time to listen.
Thank you for inviting us to speak today.
Thanks for inviting us to speak today.
Thanks for inviting us to speak today.
Thanks for inviting us to speak today.